You know, so many of my friends are always giving me, I'll call them excuses, why they can't grow a vegetable garden. And the thing that I always come back with is, you know, if you don't have room for a vegetable garden, you can always have something going in pots. And I really pride myself in my little, I call it a salad garden. Let me show you what I've got going on here. I've got a lot of color up in my garden, so it's very attractive. My wife enjoys the flowers, and you know, it's very interesting, but it's also just so rewarding to see all this good food coming up out of the garden. There's not much of a strawberry there, but you know, I've got carrots, I've got lettuce, I've got kale, I've got all kinds of things. And then I also have a lot of cool stuff for, you know, working in. Anybody like mojitos? It's nice to have a little bit of mint growing in your yard. I've got a whole bunch of different little things coming up here. I've got a few strawberries I planted. And you know, I do my own compost, and it's interesting that when you do your own compost, you throw all your table scraps and everything into the compost, and you get a lot of surprises. See all these little plants coming up here? Those are all tomatoes. They're all coming up on their own. So, you know, I'm going to take a few minutes and dig them out and put those into individual little pots and let them get to be about 10 or 12 inches high and transplant them all into my big garden. So you get surprises. Look at this. This is a surprise. That's straight from the compost. It's a kiwi vine. Can you believe that? Don't really have room for it to grow in that little pot, but I suppose I can transplant it out and put it in a bigger pot and find a home for it. Who knows? But you know, it's really fun, and you know, it's not that much work. You know, if you watched any of my videos from last year, I showed you the same potted garden, and you can see that it's evolved into a lot of different types of plantings, and some of them are by accident, but I really didn't pay for very much of this. As many of you know, I do save my own seeds. So this right in here is my abundant sowing of way too many lettuce seeds. And recently I took a few little diggings out of here and I separated them out. And the little tiny lettuce that came out of here got moved over to here, and look what happened. They're twice as big as they are over here, but I only put in about 10 plants, maybe 6 plants of each species. Actually, I got the romaine, 3 big romaines, and the curly, there's about 6 of those. But it grows quite fast, and occasionally you'll get mistakes. Something pops up in the other. Here's my carrot bed, and oh, there's a lettuce got stuck in there. There's some kind of squash coming out of nowhere. I'm sure it won't evolve into much, but you know, even the yellow flowers are pretty. So, if you don't have room for a vegetable garden, or you don't have time for a vegetable garden, but you really want to try, throw some pots out. Just have fun. I sure do. 5 minutes a day, that's all it takes.